Hey out there, good morning. Good morning to you. It's Friday. TGIF. TGIF. Thank God I'm free. So I'm down here in Union Beach, looking at the seagulls, looking across the bay to New York. I see the Freedom Tower. Let me show you. Lots of seagulls out here today. So I don't know if you could see it all the way over there. It's the shiny one in the middle. That's the Freedom Tower over there. That's Manhattan. Recycled trash. The recycled trash. Whenever I look at that, because I try to park in the same parking spot. Well, I try to get number 17, but there's always somebody in it. So I'm in number like 23. Anyway, the recycled trash I think of because I come down to Union Beach, I just got done listening to the prayer of St. Francis. If one of you guys have never heard the prayer of St. Francis, there's a meditation on YouTube. It's like 3 minutes long. Man, what a nice prayer. Anyway, back to the recycled trash. I think of like recycled trash is like my mind when I have a resentment, it keeps on recycling the trash. Hey, that was like Deep Thoughts with Harry today. So behind me, you see these, is that the condo back there? No, the condos are back there. Where those condos are, there used to be a place called, I think it was called the Beach Hut down here in Union Beach. I used to hang around with a kid, John. I think his name was John Cobb. And his parents owned the Beach Hut. You can get like chairs and things like that to go sit out on the beach in Union Beach. But what we're talking about in the 70s, there was no one coming down to the beach here in Union Beach. It was nasty. Now it's kind of nice. So anyway, listen, I'm going over to the Kingsburg house. I got Ray, the flooring extraordinaire. He's coming over today. I'm going to give you a quick shot of the back room. It's all white. I did a little video yesterday to show you guys what it looks like, but it just looks white. So I didn't want anybody to give me like a comment like, hey, what did you do in there? Well, you have to look at the previous videos because it was nasty. Now it's nice and clean. So it's almost funny. I just said Kingsburg, right? And that's Kingsburg over there, right there. So if you guys didn't know, Christmas is right around the corner. That means Diane gets excited about gift giving. I love giving gifts. Diane takes it to another level. I went home and I switched out the vehicles. I switched out my car for my truck because I had to go home to get the Amazon cards. I had to send them over to Diane because she found out what 2 of the kids wanted for Christmas and she had to order them today because they were on sale. Some kind of pre-Black Friday sale. Anyway, Christmas is right around the corner. Now listen, if you guys don't watch the videos often, then you're not going to get the full effect here. That ceiling was so nasty before. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it looks awesome. It's a mudroom back here, for goodness sake. So Ray's coming to do the floor today. This is the back room. White walls, white trim, brown door. I'm going to have some color on the floor later when Ray gets here. Man, I went back and forth with this back room. Like, hey, I'll paint it this color. I'll take down the ceiling. I'll put up tongue and groove. And then I came up with the conclusion, this is a mudroom. You know, people are going to be doing their laundry back here. They're going to be tracking in and out. There's 2 doors back here. They're going to have dirty shoes they're going to take off. They're going to hang their jackets. Great storage area. It doesn't have to be like a parlor. Do people even say parlor anymore? I don't know. So I want to give you a before Ray gets here, and then after. Yeah, there's a little bit of a mess in the kitchen I got to clean up. This bathtub is coming out amazing. AJ's been coming over. AJ's my stepson. He's been coming over and cleaning this thing. There was a bunch of grout on the bottom as well as like nastiness, and I couldn't take this tub out. It's got to be like 500 pounds. So anyway, this is going to be like brand new in the end. I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I love my truck. I bought it off my neighbor a couple months ago. Got a great deal on it, and I love it. So the outside is pretty close to getting done. Right? It's coming out beautiful. Gonna put flower beds on each side of the porch. Gonna maybe put some black mulch in there. Gotta put the numbers up. I'm not loving that mailbox. I'm probably gonna switch that mailbox out. Hey, you know who I almost saw yesterday? Was Tommy the contractor. Because a couple weeks ago, he did me a favor and went over to the Brown house and took care of some business for me, and I really appreciated it. So while I was down in Atlantic City actually at the time, spending the night with Diane. And I got him a little something, a little sweatshirt from Borgata. Nice one, I think. So I went to go bring it over to a job that he's at. Well, first of all, I wanted to see him and say hello, but he wasn't there. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to him. But he's doing this job, right? It looks like it's, I don't know, not a 2-car garage, maybe 1.5-car garage. It looks like they're converting it into like a little 1-bedroom apartment, which is really interesting to me because we got a house over in Union Beach, and the tenants I haven't mentioned. Those tenants. That's why people aren't landlords. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? However, I have a big 2-car garage over there right now that I use for storage, and I've always thought about, hey, what about living space? I mean, it would make somebody a great little apartment, plus it would put more money in my pocket. So I gotta talk to Tommy the contractor about that, about the cost, what's involved, things like that. So I'm gonna take these, they're called 5x5 timbers, and I'm gonna make the flower boxes out of them. I know I've said this before, but man, it is nice to only be like 5 minutes away. Like the house in Kingsburg is only like 5, maybe 6, 7 minutes away from my house. So I get to come home, have a cup of coffee, bring a cup of coffee, get some seltzer. I got those 5x5 timbers. But listen, I got to tell on myself a little bit. Last week, I wasn't having that good of a day. It's a tenant situation. Don't even let me go there. And I was having a bad day. I had talked to the tenants, and anyway, make a long story short, I get a call at like 8 o'clock at night about an appraisal that needs to be done on one of the pieces of property. One of the pieces of property I have, and it did not sound legit. I mean, I do this for a living, and I am familiar with appraisers, and the number didn't seem right, he didn't seem right, and man, I was an ass to him on the phone. Well, it was a legitimate call. So I just got off the phone with him. I called him and I said, hey, listen, I was a jerk to you last week. I want to apologize. And he said, oh, I did not get I was going to do some kind of an accent. I didn't get offended. Some other people might have, but I wasn't going to get offended at it. And I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was having a bad day and I took it out on you. So Ray just left. He finished this back room with the carpet. He's going to come back and put some Cove base molding on the bottom, a gray, which I was going to go white, but he said, hey, how about gray? That'll make it pop. And I was like, pop? Yeah, let's do that. This is the carpet, right? So the gray will go along the bottom, the gray Cove base. It's nice and neat. It's going to be perfect for a laundry room / mud room, right? And look, it's big, right? It's going to be great. Pat's going to come over and change that light fixture. He's got that down, I think, just holding the seam down. I asked Ray when he was going to come over the other day, because I got that inspection on Tuesday, and he said, I'll be there Friday, probably around 9. Well, at 8:55 a.m., I get the knock from Ray, 5 minutes before 9. I said, man, you are a rarity in this world, my friend. So I feel really good about this back room. I got to put that hatch thing up there. I'm going to put a piece of trim over there. Along this base is going to be that Cove base. I put those flower beds in the front today. I used those 5x5 timbers. I think they came out nice. You're not going to get the full effect because the mulch isn't in there yet. This is the view from the porch. All right, it's just coming together. Everything I do out in the front just pulls it all together. I got to fill that with black mulch, and then because of the time of the year, depends on what I'm going to put inside, but probably maybe some evergreens. Cleaned up the kitchen before Ray got here, all right? Leftover carpet. So I banged my thumb before. I missed the 5x5 timber. I smacked my thumb with the hammer. And then I sent a text over to Diana, showed her a picture of it, especially when it was like bleeding, so this way I can get the full dramatic effect. But I did say, luckily, it's not my dice throwing hand. Going down to the Hard Rock later. I'm gonna probably play a little bit of craps, eat some good food. Tuesday, that's when the inspector comes out for my last draw. So I got a couple days to finish everything up. I want to put the plants out in the front, put doorknobs on, touch up the paint, do this, do that. AJ still has to finish the bathtub, maybe put some pops of color around. So listen, I'm gonna have a fantastic weekend, and I know you are too. See you Monday.